Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we'll be looking at the Acura MDX. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Jody Wilkinson Acura here in Salt Lake for me some time with this MDX. I'll include a link to the website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 3.5 liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 25 on the highway, with power outputs being 290 horsepower and then 267 pound-feet of torque. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So taking a look at the hood, you guys can see how you've got that sharp body line front and center. It's pretty cool looking. And I like the headlight design. Acura does a really good job with this to make it look sporty. Now notice with this package, everything's all blacked out, so it gives it that kind of like Batmobile appearance, and we do have fog lights there at the bottom, by the way. Now, tire wheel setup is 255 by 50 by 20 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, again, all blacked out. Lots of spokes. Interesting. You can see with the fender flares, those are unpainted, but you do have your Chrome A-Spec badge and then, again, more of that blacked out trim. Same with the windows. The blacked out contrast would probably be cooler on like a silver car, but I think it still looks good in this. And then this leads us to the key fob, where we've got our lock and unlock function. We've got our remote start, the opening for the hatch, Acura logo there in the back, and we'll press that. Hold that open. And would you look at this? Lots of storage. So with the third row folded down, you have a lot of space here in the back. And you'll note that the third row passengers do get some cup holder storage and USB ports, which is a nice feature. With this third row reserved for kids, it's kind of the size dimensions are, oh, that's what it supports. This is interesting how you've got the little walkaway, also have an outlet, but if you're wondering, you still have a normal button there too. So you got two ways to close the hatch, which is interesting. And then as for the taillights, pretty cool with that as well. You can see how it kind of like swoops there at the bottom, and it's the rest of the rear. And then this leads us inside. You've got soft touch here at the top, sunshade. You've got more red stitching down below, and then you can see that red continues onto the seats, perforated all down the center. Quickly pop in. Ugh. Legroom back here, it's decent. Got a little storage pocket, and then you can see here with the climate controls, heated seats as well. And then you've got the little USB ports there at the very bottom. And then headroom back here is pretty good, even though it has this big sunroof. Now this leads us up front, where again we've got all the soft touch trim, same thing down below. All of our window controls here, mirror adjustments, mirrors power fold in, memory seats, blind spot monitoring with mirrors. Then you got that cool perforated trim there. All the adjustments on the side. Pedals there at the bottom. And then the red stitching here, you've got your parking sensor, stability controls for the safety tech as well, heads-up display to adjust it. Steering wheel is also power adjustable. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got nice perforated trim on either side, red stitching there on the center, paddle shifters there on the back of the steering wheel, a bunch of power tool controls in the front, including adaptive cruise control with your lane centering, voice command volume controls as well, and regular old stocks there on the back, normal fashion, and then pretty cool gauge cluster. The fun part is the drive mode select. Depending on what drive mode you select, it'll kind of change how the cluster looks, which I think is fun. Nice 360 camera system, trajectory lines turn with the steering wheel and good resolution overall. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it is a touchscreen, so I think that's interesting. Quick response time with the screen. And so, yeah, I hope that this unit makes it into more Acuras. It probably will in the near future. You've got more red stitching and soft touch all across the dash. And then, well, here at the glove box, pretty good storage. We've got our climate controls here, so we've got our tri-zone climate, heated and ventilated seats with our drive mode select there. We also have massaging seats with this as well. And a little USB port area. Auto stop start there, their brake hold, and then transmission select. Volume control as well. Wireless phone charging pad, and there's a little bit of storage here. Well, actually no, I thought it was storage, it's not. Anyways, cup holders. Interesting. Got some USB ports there. It's nice you got a storage on top. Nice trim here on the top. And then we do have a panoramic sunroof. And so here's our window sticker. You can see this is an A-Spec Advanced. This is a new package for 25 to be able to get both those together. 70,250 is the total MSRP, so a little bit less than a Type S. Let's see how it performs. Let us set off in the... What are you complaining about? MDX. I like this new screen. I think it'll probably make it into the other cars. I do find it interesting that Honda just goes for the tablet look. Like they're like, tablet dash. I remember, what was it, Audi? That had like the screen that went into the dash. This definitely doesn't do that, but just interesting what the different automakers are doing with their modern cars. I will say right off the bat, smooth. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Yeah, not too bad. It's definitely a nice drive. Continuing along, I figured out why the car was beeping at me. It said the hood was unlatched. And I checked outside to make sure, and it was like tight, but I guess it wasn't as tight as the system wanted, so I re-unlatched it and then closed it, so kind of interesting. Good thing it didn't like fly up and smash the windshield. Again, I doubt that would have happened because, like I said, it was on there pretty darn tight. Which is always weird to me. This is the only other car that I've had that happen. I'm trying to think. Oh, Jaguar. Those F-types, you can like close the hood and it'll still say it's unlatched. Those are kind of a weird one to deal with. But yeah, this drive's nice. It's pretty comfortable with the ride. It's got nice features. I mean, loaded up, and I can now kind of see why they didn't have this in the past. I think I can see, because this is so close in price to a Type S that I think a lot of people are probably just going to jump up to the Type S, because it's like you get all the same features in the Type S plus a more powerful engine. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some people want all the features and would rather have this engine instead of the Type S engine, because it is a more simplistic, naturally aspirated V6. They're both paired to 10 speeds. But yeah, some people just don't like turbos. It's just kind of a thing. Other than that, I think the little updates here to the interior, like the phone charging pad and everything, do help out quite a bit. It's nice to just feel like the interior is a little bit more user friendly, a little bit more usable in general. And I guess we'll get our acceleration here and then we'll just cap it off. Smooth. Yeah, it's good power delivery. Naturally aspirated V6s are, especially when they're paired to a good modern transmission, they're nice. You just kind of click through the gears at a very quick rate, and yeah, there's not a whole lot of drama with it. I think it's here that I can turn. So let me know what you guys think about the MDX. I think this is a, man, that is a hot heated steering wheel. I think this is a nice 3-row crossover SUV. Like I said, the only downside is it's so close in price to a Type S that I think it's almost worth just jumping up and getting the Type S. Like if it was a, you know, I don't know, $10,000 difference, I'd say, okay, But I think it's only like $4 grand. Which, I don't know. Either way, let me know what you guys think.